Good morning. First, the train. Investigators say they've asked the FBI to investigate the possibility of a projectile hitting Amtrak 188 just before it derailed Tuesday night. So we begin with Robert Sumwalt, who's a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, the point man on this investigation. Is it possible that this thing that hit the train windshield that we now know about, is it possible somebody shot at that train?
Bob, we're certainly going to be looking at that. As you pointed out, we're going to have the FBI providing their technical assistance to help us analyze exactly what sort of fracture pattern may be on that windshield.
Well, is there any way that that could have been connected to the crash in some way?
And you know, that's a great point. It could be completely coincidental or it could be causal, and that's exactly what we intend to find out.
But it could have been somebody fired a shot at the train.
You know, I'd like to downplay that part of it. I've seen the fracture pattern. It looks like something about the size of a grapefruit, if you will, and it did not even penetrate the entire windshield.
Well, what is it? I mean, that could have had if there was a connection, what could it have been? That it distracted the engineer or something of that sort?
And certainly everything is on the table in that respect. We're really looking at everything, and this is just another piece of the investigation.
Well, the engineer says he has no memory of anything. Does that make sense to you?
It certainly does. As we know, people can be in an automobile crash and they'll say, I don't even remember the crash. I just woke up in the hospital. And so that's typical in some traumatic event like this.
Well, was he actually injured?
Yes, sir, he was injured.
And was it a head injury?
The media sources are reporting that he had a concussion and had staples. So that's what the media reports are.
But as the investigator, you don't know?
Well, I do, but of course there's HIPAA regulations that would prohibit even me from releasing those sorts of information. So I'll just tell you what the media sources are. But yes, he did spend some time in the hospital.
And you're satisfied that he's cooperating now?
Yes, sir. We met with him on Friday, and he was very cooperative and provided us with information of what he did know.
Do you think that this in any way is connected with Amtrak being underfunded?
Well, we're certainly not going to get at that at the NTSB, getting into that political fray, but we will say that we have long called for positive train control, and we believe that positive train control, if installed and operational, it would have prevented this accident.
Well, why wasn't it?
Well, that's a question that we intend to find out. Of course, it's not required to be installed by the end of the year, but we do want to know what the management decisions were at Amtrak, which those decisions were to install positive train control in certain parts of that track, but not in others.
All right. Well, Mr. Investigator, we want to thank you for joining us this morning.